Welcome to today's Tech Talk. My name is Keith Bryant, and it's my pleasure to be standing in for Trevor. Today, my guest is Mr. Soni Singh, CEO of NMTronics, the leading distributor for SMT in India. NMTronics has 11 offices across the Indian subcontinent, employing over 250 sales engineers and support staff. Mr. Singh has also recently pioneered some innovative joint ventures to manufacture high-end production equipment in India. We will be talking to him about that and more. But before we start, please click and subscribe to allow us to bring you more of our excellent content. We will be back after this.
Welcome to Tech Talk with Trevor Galbraith, a video podcast that features industry leaders and experts from the electronics manufacturing community. Recorded at major events around the world and from the studios of Global SMT TV. Now here is your host, Trevor Galbraith.
Good day, my friend. NMTronics started over 25 years ago. My association with you goes back over 20. So much has changed during this time. You're now over 250 people in 11 cities with a huge state-of-the-art facility in the special economic zone. So, how does it feel?
Hi, Keith, and it's always pleasure to be with you. And thanks to Trevor for arranging this Tech Talk. I'm very delighted and very excited to be part of this conversation. So, Keith, India is truly experiencing a great positive vibration and a lot of excitement for the electronic manufacturing industry. It is not only happening with the industry itself, it is we are experiencing the vibration even in the stock market. Most of the recently listed customers, the EMS, local EMS companies, they have gone public. Their valuation has gone into billions of dollars, and they are being considered as one of the top players in the world. They are being considered. It was never there before. And the Indian local EMS companies, they are considered one of the top players in the world. And I personally feel it's only a trailer. The movie is yet to begin.
Wow. Okay. Let's start with some of the recent stuff which has been happening. Could you tell us more about the collaboration with the Indian Institute of Technology that you signed in February of this year?
Yes, Keith. Found a big gap between industry and academia. Indian Institute of Technology, Kampur, is undoubtedly one of the leading engineering schools, which was set up maybe 30 or 40 years back in collaboration with the MIT. So even the name of the building inside the campus, IIT Kanpur campus, in the same sequence like you have seen in MIT in Cambridge. So um, as a part of a CSR, I made up the mind to donate the money to be compliant with the government of India, and we are committed to set up the state-of-the-art SMT line. And in return, IIT Kanpur promised us to make one of the building as NMTronics Center of Excellence for Electronic Manufacturing and Skill Development. So how it's going to benefit the industry and the students and everyone around us. First objective is we are going to set up the latest state-of-the-art line SMT, and this will help students to come and do the necessary programming, play around with the machines, and literally they can do everything. IIT Kanpur is an autonomous body, so they can introduce any special subject they wish like. The director of IIT Kanpur was so impressed that they want to introduce SMT as one of the subjects in second and third year of the BTech courses. Second thing is close collaboration with the industry. So there are a lot of startup companies, especially in Bangalore or in Hyderabad or in Pune or even in like Delhi, where those startups they don't get an opportunity to build a prototype and they really struggle it. So this center will be open for all the startup companies to do the prototyping. and that is going to be a big benefit for all those startup minds. Third thing, skill development is something very, very important. Our center, if you look at it, NMTronics per se represent more than 40 technology companies worldwide. So we have a wealth of technical information. While IIT is a great engineering school, is one of the world's considered as one of the world's top engineering colleges. So they know how to teach, and we have the technical information. So both of us are working together to make a curriculum where NMtronics and IIT Kanpur can do a joint certification and diploma program where the students from the final year or even after they complete the engineering, they can take a benefit of this program, improve their skills, and they can get a job in the industry. This is the best I can contribute to our industry at this stage, yes. So these are the three basic objectives for my working together with IIT Kanpur.
Wow, that's huge. There's no other word to describe it, my friend. That's a really great thing that you're doing for the whole of the SMT industry within India. So that's really great, and follows neatly into my next question. Was looking back, how much has the Make in India initiative changed the landscape here since 2014 when we were at its launch?
If that's a very interesting question, Keith. If you look, the growth of the electronic manufacturing industry post COVID in the last 3 years have gone phenomenal, and especially all the big giants, they are investing very heavily. Unfortunately, Make in India contributes less than 0.5%, and which is negligible. So most of the supply chain for the technology equipments are still relying for the equipment getting imported from Japan, Korea, Taiwan, China, Germany, Italy, US, and all these developed countries. Government of India has launched a very special program for Make in India. Under this program, we are literally being pushed positively with different kind of incentive schemes being considered for starting making capital equipments and technology equipments in India. Learning from this experience and the advice coming from the government, NMtronics took a very great initiative. So we first started baby steps with building the board handling equipments and the very simple automation tools. It started almost a couple of years back, I can say 4 years. And now we have reached to the level of maturity where I can clearly say that NMT automation is now more like a system integrator. Understanding that, uh, we started introducing our laser marking machine, which is in collaboration with one of the leading Japanese laser source manufacturer. Then we started building the AOI machine, the 2D AOI machine, which is based on the scanning technology with a Modus Germany. And we have received a very, very positive and encouraging response from the customer. We are still working it out how to make sure that the equipment which are made in India are very cost competitive. So I have given a very tough task to my engineers who are into the machine design engineers and also the software developers. They are working very hard to make sure the machines which are going to be made in India should remain cost competitive, should be able to bring the latest technology to the customer and very quick delivery. Because when the machine are being built in China or in Taiwan or any other country, there is definitely a sailing period. And the way the customer want to turn around after the order is placed, every time the customer says, I need machines yesterday. And that is the thing I can clearly say that NMT is always a step ahead in Make in India program for the capital goods. Government is taking a lot of initiative, and I can tell you that in Productronica India, there is going to be a very special session on Make in India for the capital goods. It's going to be initiated by ICEA, which is Indian Cellular and Electronics Association, in cooperation with the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology and the Ministry of Heavy Industries.
Wow, that's again something else. And as I'm going to be at the show, I'd love to be part of that.
You are in great,
Maybe,
sir.
yeah, maybe you could explain a little bit more now about the joint venture that was publicized recently with Heller.
Yes. Me and Dave Heller, Dave was always excited with the vibes of the Indian market, and I feel this is the very right time. The photo what he saw, it was clicked during the Semicon West show a couple of weeks back, and me and Dave have signed the shareholder agreement. And Heller Thermal System is a majority held subsidiary of Heller Industries US. Heller is very much committed for the Indian market, and they are going to set up the manufacturing unit in Ahmedabad in the state of Gujarat. What you see here is Mark Pio. Mark is the president for the SMT in Heller Industries, and he is equally excited. So we have started communicating our program for um, Make in India for Heller. We have received amazing, encouraging response from the customer. There is a lot of emotional connect whenever I speak to my customers and they say this and this company are planning to make equipments in India, and every customer giving me very positive response, and they're saying, Sony, you go ahead, we are there as long as you meet the global quality standards, you maintain the price competitiveness, and you are promising for a quick delivery. So these three are going to remain the mantras for the Make in India program.
Yeah, it's good to see because it's a commercial level playing field globally now. And you know, while everyone would like to buy locally, they have to look at all the other factors as well. So it's good. It's a good plan that you're taking this all into consideration. If I could leap back now for a second to Make in India, they're now branching out into semiconductor manufacturing to try and bring more of this into India, especially with the OSATs. So how is that going in the market at the moment?
Keith, OSAT is something government is giving a lot of push, and believe me, it's a need of an hour. Front end is very capital intensive, very technology oriented, and it's run at a very high level part. But OSAT is something which can be an extension to the SMT business. If you look at most of my customers, they have already ventured it out. They are trying to find technology partners. Some customer already moved multiple steps ahead. Uh, NMTronics is not staying behind. We are already in discussion with a couple of equipment companies, especially for the die bonders, wire bonders, encapsulation, dicing machines, so on and on. And I'm sure that OSAT, I would say in next 12 months, you can see really a good activities for the OSAT companies in India.
Yeah, for me that's really good to hear because you know the US has a um, let's say a funding thing through the government. We have the same thing happening in Europe, and it seems to be people at least giving part of the money to foundries. And as we know, foundries are huge expense. They take 2 3 years to get up and running, and you know the return is not particularly good. Whereas putting it into the OSATs, everything moves faster, and overall the cost is not as high. So, yeah, I think India's definitely got that right. So we will see how it appears for the next 12 months. And now I want to move on to again joint ventures, but you're also doing something within the EV marketplace, I believe.
Yes, Keith, very true. I've already ventured it out in the EV business, and one of the business vertical in the NMT group is for the EV. 2022, I signed up an agreement with the leading manufacturer in China called Nimbo Knight Mechanical Equipment Company Limited. It's based out of Nimbo in China. Unfortunately, the capital from Chinese company cannot come to India, so the 100% investment is coming from me under the technology transfer agreement, and that's what you see with Mr. Lin, who is the founder and the chairman of Knight China. And with this technology transfer agreement, we are offering a complete solution for the motor manufacturing. Now, if you look at the whole of the EV ecosystems, I would say it's electronics, it's the motor technology, and it's a battery. The combination of these three technologies is driving the whole ecosystem for the EV. India is relatively far behind when it comes to the four wheeler electric cars, but for two wheeler electric scooter and also now coming up with the electric motorcycles, India has already reaching a independent matured state thanks to all the government initiative. So we have a big companies like Ola Electric, which is already in the news. They are launching one of the biggest IPO, and then we have Ether Energy, which is one of the very emerging company. Then we have traditional companies like Hero, and also for the Bajaj and also TVS. These companies all getting into the EV scooter. If you look at the market size of the two-wheeler scooter, is running more than 10 million in a year. EV is still probably 10 to 20%. That's all for the scooter market. This means it has a huge market to grow and convert from conventional ICE to EV. And I can tell you the NMtronics strategy for getting into the motor manufacturing technology and already having been in the field of electronics, I'm trying to create a bridge where I can offer customer an integrated solution for the printed circuit board assembly and testing with my 25 years of the knowledge and know-how, plus emerging technology for the motor manufacturing, and giving customer always a complete integrated solution for the EV.
Yes, and we all know that scooters and motorcycles are the biggest road users in India by a very long way. So yeah, it's going to happen. So what are the thoughts about charging these? Will everybody charge them at home, or will they be building an infrastructure as well?
For the EV, we don't need a very heavy infrastructures because these can be charged at home. Although there are rapid chargers, especially when you look at Bangalore. Bangalore is most of the EV companies or even the related startups are based out of Bangalore. Bangalore have a excellent infrastructure, and some of the areas are even further coming up for their rapid charging. But for the conventional charging, the EV scooters can very well be charged at home. So now other cities, big metros, uh, we can see a lot of buildings having the charging stations for the EV.
Yeah, I guess it's like everywhere in the world. They're going to roll out and roll out. So yeah, it's another area of electronics growth for the future.
That's right, sir.
Yeah, right. Let's move on to productronica India. It's about a month away now, and again, it's a huge show. It's now definitely one of the busiest in the world for sure. 39,000 trade visitors and over 600 exhibiting companies in various forms last year. I think it's even slightly bigger this year in terms of exhibitor numbers. I've already noticed you have a huge stand at the show. Do you plan to have your working production line there this year also?
Yes, sir. So this time we are even going to make the show even more exciting. We are going to launch Fuji NXTR, which is a cutting edge technology, latest platform from Fuji. And the Fuji NXTR has also got a great application for the semicon business. So you can see the Fuji NXTR in Productronica India booth as well as in Semicon India booth, because NMTronics is participating in both the locations. We are going to have the CEO and the board members of Fuji Corporation Japan visiting the show. We have got multiple customers lined up, and we are going to make our live assembly line even more exciting. Along with many offline equipments, we are going to have the SEG for the storage. We are going to have the spare flying probe. We are going to have a Vixlon for the X-ray machines, and many more equipments. Believe me.
Okay, so I can feel another possible interview there, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome,
Senior
sir.
people, senior people from Fuji are always a little bit hard to get because of the distances. So I'm penciling that in as we speak. And I've got a note here to say, could you explain Mint to us? I
Yes.
know Mint very well, and I know this is probably what you're going to be producing, but it would be good to explain, because often when people say, yeah, I've got a full running production line, they're making like a little LED switch that switches a light off and on or something. But I know you guys do something a little bit differently, so maybe you can enlarge on that for us.
Yes. Keith, MINT is an abbreviation coming from Make in India through NMTronics. Okay. And NMtronics has always been the industry leader. I am very proud to say that, and my team has given an excellent contribution for this. We have changed the way the SMT equipments are being sold in India. We are not selling equipment by showing the catalog to our customers. We invite customers to our demo room. Our demo room is called Mint, which is an actual production line end to end, which is a combination of some of the equipments coming from Make in India produced by ourselves. This is one of the very nice and very unique experience production floor where we don't do actually the production, but we run the trials for the customer. And we try to simulate the environment um, to get an experience to the customer if they select our equipments, how the production is going to look like. And honestly speaking, I have yet to hear from customer that anybody else is offering a similar experience and solution. Having said so, we are also being encouraged for some of the key customers to arrange a technology day and the private shows where these customers are coming to Mint before and after Productronica, and they are going to have a very deep level discussion, a very focused discussion with all the different challenges they are experiencing in the current production line to some of the potential and the startup companies. They want to set up the SMT line. So we are going to have the variety of customers before and after Productronica for them to have that experience. So Mint is nothing but a completely giving a different experience, how they want to select the SMT equipments and how they want to set up the production line, what are the different utilities are required for the production line, how much level of automation they can do in the production line. So whole lot of a different experience.
Wow, yes, completely different. And yes, I think not only is there no one else in India doing this, but I would hazard a guess to say there aren't many places in the world where you can visit a distributor and effectively look at your products running on different pieces of equipment in real time, in real life. So, yes, and I also know that the Mint product itself that comes out on the end of the line and ends up in a box is quite a sophisticated piece of assembly, not only surface mount, but some mixed technology as well and some demanding components. So yeah, it's a true test and a real running production line rather than just something, making a small insignificant demo part. So yeah, I applaud you for doing that again. And I know also when you try and do something live at a show, there's always an element of risk. So I admire the bravery of the team also. So apart from the Fuji, will you be showcasing anything else new at the show?
Yes, Keith. I'm very happy to share that. NMtronics started hiring a lot of young engineers, and right from the colleges like IIT Kanpur and down the line to the diploma institutes. And we are preparing the young blood to be ready to be part of this growth in the electronic manufacturing industry. I have got the team of some of the brilliant engineers. They will be showcasing some of the concept for all the different software part for our future products. Some of them are going to work on the different vision algorithms they are going to work. Some of them are going to work on the autonomous systems. So I'll be very happy to showcase you when you come and see us. This is going to be part and parcel of Nest, which is new emerging and strategic technology, which is a kind of an incubator inside the NMT group, where we are inviting uh, all the young talent to present the idea. If you ask me, it's like a Google DeepMind.
Yeah, understand the concept completely, and you're going way beyond being a distributor of someone else's products now, and it's great to hear, and also great to hear your enthusiasm. And we've about run our time, and I think that was a very good spot to end. So, Mr. Soni, thank you very much for giving up your time today, especially to give us time on your birthday. So many congratulations from us, and I hope to spend a lot more time chatting to you at the upcoming show, which I'm sure is going to be a success for everybody, including NMTronics. So thank you again very much for your time today.
Thank you, Keith, and looking forward to seeing you in India.